Peter V'landys knows he's putting players and fans through hell, but his high tackle crusade is not going to stop. In fact, Rugby League's top dog is doubling down, forcing the game to become safer before contact sports are legislated into extinction.
It's a crackdown that would see a lesser lead a meltdown. The game is in a spin, but Peter V'landys is standing his ground. He makes no apology for an in-season concussion blitz.
Some former greats have said your ego is getting too big, you're out of control. How do you respond?
Look, I think that's so wrong, because if my ego was out of control, I wouldn't be doing this, because, you know, you'd want to be recognised for other things. This is a tough stance for the players' safety. I'm not looking for adulation.
Are you liking what you're seeing on the field at the moment?
I find it very nerve-wracking at the moment.
Players are having trouble adjusting. On Saturday night, Victor Radley, one of the best players in the NRL, looked like a tornado searching for a house to destroy.
What do you say to Victor Radley today?
Victor, change your style and don't hit, you know, the zone too high where it's going to get someone in the head.
Isaac Luke said, any touch players out there keen to give the NRL a crack, trust me, you don't need to worry about getting tackled, ruining our game.
Well, I think that's a gross exaggeration and sensationalism. Did he watch the Manly-Parramatta match?
I'm not sure.
Well, if he watched the Parramatta match, I don't think any touch player would want to go and play in that match.
V'landys finally offered up the reason he had to go hard and go now. It should have the game nervous.
Because the game has to evolve. If it doesn't evolve, it won't be a prime sport into the future, because it may not exist. If we don't take the action now, others will, governments will, and they're starting to around the world with contact sports. So we need to be in control of our own destiny, and I think by making the hard decisions now and showing that we can make the hard decisions ourselves, we won't need governments or regulators to make the decisions. Even though it's harsh at the moment, it mightn't be as harsh of an alternative.
What is the alternative if the government gets involved?
Well, I don't know, and that's something that I'm concerned about.
Danny Weidler, 9 News.
We're only up to round 12, but West Tigers have declared it's now or never for their finals hopes. It was one of the hard truths that came out of an honesty session this morning in the wake of another insipid loss.
They've been accused of going missing in matches, but the Tigers aren't hiding from what's on the line against the Dragons.
This is the one, especially now that where we are, we need the win. So it's up there with, you know, keeping our season alive.
The captain and coach were deep in conversation today after a brutal review of their 4-point defeat to the Warriors.
Yeah, we just spoke about just sticking together. You'd look at it and go, oh, they're not putting the effort in or this and that. You know, that can't be, that's so far from the truth that I've said it all year, the effort's there. The effort's always there. It's just a few things that we let ourselves down on. It hurts when you know you're working hard and still not getting the win. So, you know, we know it's there. We know it can work.
The Dragons are hurting as well, but instead they're taking the positives out of their Golden Point loss to the Sharks in the midst of their injury and suspension crisis.
Our effort and energy that we brought, you know, if we just keep bringing that every single week, we'll win more games than you lose.
I think it's a good sign of things to come for the squad. You know, we've probably used almost all of our players in the top 30 at the moment and some development players.
The Sea Eagle season has been given new hope after their win over the Eels, but that paled into insignificance, mourning the loss of the great Bob Fulton.
So I don't ever want to compare life and death to a game of footy, but like I mentioned, I hope our efforts today sort of symbolised what he meant to the club.
Sam Jordan, 9 News.
His return to the NRL has transformed the Broncos into a winning side once again. But Albert Kelly's own personal transformation is just as impressive, shedding more than 10 kilos to convince Kevin Walters he's fit enough for first grade.
He's always been a half with unquestionable talent, but Albert Kelly felt more like a front rower, weighing in over the 100-kilogram mark.
I was playing at 102 for the last 2 years, and it's probably a real big halfback.
Kevin Walters didn't see the funny side, issuing an ultimatum to shape up or ship out. Since then, Kelly shed 10 kilos.
If coach say that you're not good enough or you're not fit enough, you got to go work on it, you know, mentally, physically. It just shows like how much you want it, really. And I definitely wanted it.
With Tyson Gamble suspended, Anthony Milford will partner Kelly in the halves against the Storm on Thursday, where Keenan Palacia has the chance to extend his unblemished record in the NRL.
Oh, I think it's 3 out of 3. Not to brag, but yeah.
Brisbane's Lucky Charm appreciates just how lucky he is to be playing after fighting back from a second knee reconstruction.
I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think that I wasn't going to get another shot, but yeah, Kevy gave me that second chance and I just tried to grab it with 2 hands.
Round 12 takes on extra meaning for Jamal Fogarty, who's worked with students at Mabel Park High School to design the Titans' Indigenous round jerseys.
It's good for us players to be proud and to be proud of where we're from and our stories and our journeys, whereas probably in previous years we've all been a little bit too shame and shy to speak up.
Adam Jackson, 9 News.